Hello YouTube and vinyl community, I'm Jeff Paris and welcome to the Vinyl Record Info channel. And today I got another year in music. We're going to do 1967. And also want to apologize for not posting as much as I should have. I got busy, you know how life gets sometimes. But yeah, craziness. So I haven't been able to post a video in a while. But 1967, awesome year in music, really good. A lot of great bands came out with some great albums. Tune in for the rest of the series. I think, I'm probably just going to go close to order now. So the last one I did was 68. So now, probably next video I'll do 69 and keep going until I feel like it. But yeah, I got a handful of records here from 1967. Like I said, some really good stuff. And there's some stuff from some big bands too that came out that are, I think, some of their best stuff, so it'd be kind of cool to look at that stuff. But I'm going to start off with two bangers right off the rip. And that is, of course, Velvet Underground and Nico. Incredible, experimental, kind of like art rock. I think everybody knows the story of this by now. If you haven't checked out, I did a vinyl deep dive episode on this record, so go check that out. But, Andy Warhol cover, just fantastic stuff. I mean, I really like this record. A lot of people just try to collect this one for the cover and the kind of rareness of it, but the music is really good. And, so if you like the experimental, late 60s type sound, it's fantastic. Brian Eno from, he's like a famous musician and producer and everything. He's famously quoted saying, 20,000 people listen to this record, and all of them started a band. So, very influential record. This is first U.S. press on that Verve record label. Got a little bit of banana left on here, so that's pretty cool. But, the other really cool thing about this is that it's the, first state unairbrushed, call it Emerson Torso cover. So you can kind of see the guy right here. Here's his arm. Looks like he's doing a handstand back here. That was an actor who, threatened to sue the label if for his image likeness, and instead of giving him any money, they just on these ones that didn't have the airbrush, they just put a big black sticker over it that said Velvet Underground and Nico, and then all subsequent pressings, they just airbrushed it out, so it's all like kind of black back here. But this is the Emerson cover, which is very rare and very cool. It's got a lot of cool history behind it, and very pumped about it. This is a pretty good condition. I mean, if you find one with the full banana intact, you're talking thousands of dollars. So I'm very happy with this one. This will probably be my copy for the long run, because unless one falls into my lap, I'm not going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. I got a great deal on this one. So, and I got a little bit of banana there. You could see some banana action going on there. It's fine. I've showed this record a million times, but it deserves to be showed a million times. This is 13th Floor Elevators, psychedelic sound with 13th Floor Elevators. It's unbelievable. I mean, this is kind of what started me going on the psych rabbit hole, when I first started collecting psych back in the day. This is the record that kind of started it all for me, and I love it. I love this record. It's so good. This is a first press stereo, and I got this one at the In Groove when I was driving from San Diego to Charleston. Stopped to see Mike at the In Groove. He had this up on the wall, so I was able to buy it off of him for a great price, and chatted him up for a while. Super nice guy. Okay, so this is kind of a under talked about Rolling Stones album, I think, Between the Buttons. But awesome. I mean, this is, Let's Spend the Night Together, Ruby Tuesday. There's some really great songs on here, but this is a super nice copy. This is the first U.S. press on that London label, but it's in the shrink still. I mean, this is the nicest copy as you can find of that. Searistic Pillow. So by Jefferson Airplane. Also, great entry level psych. You know, like not too far out there. Still very much so in the, I don't know, like, you know, just regular rock vein, but some psychedelic aspects to it. So if you're just dipping your toes in the psych rock, you know, this is a great thing to start with. Yeah, another great record. This is the first U.S. press on that RCA Victor label. But if I didn't include this one on my episode of most trashed records, this should have been on there if I didn't do it already, because I feel like finding a clean copy of this is getting harder and harder every day. But this one's not bad, but it's still not like crazy clean. But I'm happy with it for now. All right, this is the Doors, Strange Days, fantastic Doors album. You know, it's on that, you know, that gold Elektra label is the first U.S. press. You know, the Doors is almost kind of a hole in my collection. I got a lot, but I recently just traded off I had a stereo and a mono repress of the Doors self-titled, and I recently just traded them off. And it was a repress. It was like, I mean, literally like the year after. So it was a very, very early repress. Or maybe it was even like the same year, but it's not a first press. But so I traded those. So now I'm really looking for a first mono of Doors self-titled. That would be ideal. I'm on the hunt for that one. But yeah, great Doors record, Strange Days. That was a really good condition too. Okay, so one of my favorite Pink Floyd albums, if not my favorite. This is A Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Absolutely fantastic. This is Pink Floyd's first album. This is a first U.S. press on that Tower label. So good, so good. This one's in great condition too. I remember when I got this at a killer price. Very, very happy to get this one because it's on the rare side for Pink Floyd albums. But it's so good. I mean, this is highly, highly recommend streaming that one. That one's fantastic. So the Beatles came out with a couple albums in '67. So you got Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is the first U.S. stereo press. And then this is the first mono press on that Rainbow Capital label. But, you know, this is, you know, when the Beatles started branching out and started being their own band and not trying to be what, you know, they thought they should have been with the, you know, as you normally would think about them in the early days, you know, like Suits on the Ed Sullivan Show and, you know, that type of stuff. But, you know, really branching out and doing something like interesting and new, you know, and this really, you know, kind of created the landscape again for a lot of other popular bands kind of going into the psych realm. You know, Rolling Stones and some other, you know, very big popular bands dipping their toes in psych just because it was so big. This is Magical Mystery Tour from the Beatles. This is a really cool album too. This has got the like 27-page booklet. I think it says on here. 24-page full-color picture book, and this copy has it. So sometimes it's a little difficult to find it with the book in there. A lot of people just tear them out, you know. This one's also torn out. I mean, most of the pages have separated from the cover, but you know, the whole booklet's there at least. So I'm happy with it. All right, this is Procol Harum, self-titled. This is definitely my favorite Procol Harum record. It's got Whiter Shades of Pale. This is a first press on that Durham label. I love this record. Robin Trower was kind of like the main guitarist on here. He's, you know, one of the best guitarists ever. And then Whiter Shade of Pale is such a great song. I love that song so much. But yeah, I saw Robin Trower maybe 10 years ago at the Chicago Blues Theater, and yeah, he was really good. I mean, great guitarist. Check out Procol Harum. That's my favorite one for sure. And I know I included this one on my most often trashed records list, but this is Cream Disraeli Gears. This one's not a bad one. I have another one that's pretty trashed, but it was a gift. So, I know. Again, look at that cover. You know that's going to be a cool record. Another great one to start off with if you want to dip your toes into something a little bit more, a little different than classic rock. You know, if you've been listening to classic rock straight down the road, you know, Van Halen, whatever, just right down the road, classic rock, REO Speedwagon, whatever. You know, this is a good band to dip your toes in if you're looking for something new and you've exhausted all your classic rock options. So, really, really great record. Can't recommend it enough. It's a good one. All right, so that's all I got. That is 1967. Again, sorry for, man, I haven't posted in like 3 weeks, unfortunately, but should be more consistent now. I think the schedule is starting to calm down a little bit. So, like I said, next video, I'm going to try to keep just going with the series until I stop at whatever year my collection basically stops at, that I have enough to show you anyway. But, so next episode, I will do 69, and there's a lot of good records in 69. I mean, these next few episodes would be great because between, 67 and like 74, 75, I mean, you got the best period in music history, in my opinion, especially for rock and roll. So these would be some good episodes coming up. So let me know what else came out in 1967 that I missed, or that I should have included, or some of your favorites, whether it's part of this stack or not. Let me know your favorites, and let me know what records you want to see in 1969 coming up. Okay? All right. Appreciate you guys. Catch you in the next one.